What's happening, YouTube? Got the rear end out of this car. I found me one, did a little trading around to get it. This is the one that came out. This is an 8.5-inch GM 10 bolt too. But I'm not sure what the gear is. It's in the twos, I know that. But, you know, the pinion was leaking a little bit. But I want to show y'all something. Look, when I turn this, it don't make no noise, okay? Here's the new one. This is a posi. This has got an Eaton posi unit with a 342 gear. Now listen. Here. I don't know. See, I don't know enough about these things to know if it's supposed to do that. That old one don't do it. Let me grab a screwdriver real quick because I want to point out what I want to show y'all here. Get me a little pointer. But yeah, I already got the brake line switched over and the wheel cylinders for the brakes and stuff. I was going to go ahead and put it in, but something told me to open it up and look at it. So that's what I did. And I don't know if you guys can see the gear. The gear seems to look good to me. I mean, I don't really know what I'm looking at. I would know, I think I would know. I worked on cars all my life if it was not meshing right or something. I just don't understand why it makes that noise when you turn the yoke back and forth. Okay, let me back this up here because I want to show y'all what's wrong with this thing. Let me get this thing turned. Well, there it is right there. I don't have to turn it. Hopefully I can get a light on it. Y'all bear with me on this camera. Right here, you see that clutch? That's a piece of a clutch right there. And I can move it with a pair of needle nose pliers. One of them clutches is broke. And if you look, you can see that little spot where it cut into the carrier. It must have been that way for a while, and it cut into the top a little bit too. Let me grab a pair of needle nose pliers real quick. Let me see here. I had a pair. I'm bad about laying stuff down and never seeing it again. This ain't the pair I want, but I'll use them. But Gordon, if you watch this, man, let me know what you think about this. But see, I can take these needle nose pliers and I can move this thing. I know it's hard to see. See, look, see how far it sticks out? I'm tempted to put it in there, but I don't want to half-ass it, but I don't know how to set these rear ends up. That's something that I worked on cars all my life, but that's something I never learned. And if you look up in there, I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but it's cut a little groove in the top up here too. It cut a groove right there, and it cut a little groove down here. I don't think that's detrimental. It's not a major cut or nothing. You know what I mean? But listen to that. There we go. I don't know if it should do that. Look at my springs. I've got yellow springs. See, there's the little posi unit. That's the spring kit, I guess. It looks like the good springs, they're flat. Looks like they're flat on the bottom. So Gordon showed us in his video what the new springs are like, and they're just not quality pieces. I think I can rebuild this posi unit. But when it comes to all the bearings in there and how to set the pinion and ring gear up, I don't have a clue. And I've read a couple of places where if I take these out and make sure I mark them and put them right back in, just like I took it out with the same shims on both sides, that it won't change the way the gear's meshing. But I don't think it should be making that noise. I don't know. I mean, the old one don't do it. Maybe it's because it's got grease in it. I don't know. But I think I can rebuild this part. But when it comes to the rest of it, I think the gear looks fine. Look at the gear. Gear looks pretty good. To me, it does. You know? It's an old unit, 1971. It came out of a 71 Formula 400. And it's a 342 ratio. And with that little piece of that clutch being broke, I'll bet you it ain't as strong as it would be. And I'm putting a 469 cubic inch Pontiac engine back in this thing. This board at 455, board 60 over. It's going to have about 9.5 to 1. You know, it's going to have the 7F6 round port heads on it. For now, maybe later I can put some 87cc Edelbrocks on it. I don't know, but you know, I keep running into stuff like I got this rear end for a pretty good deal, but now you see where I'm at, and from what I've found on these clutch kits, a decent one they want $200 for it, $260. Hell, I can buy one of them Chinese posi units for 180. You know, but I don't want one, especially after watching Gordon's video last night. He really points out what you're giving up when you half-ass something. And you know, he was talking about he couldn't compete. Well, he don't have to compete, because people like me, if he was close by to me, I'd take this thing to him and drop it off and tell him do it like it's yours. You know, you can't skimp on this stuff, you know, if you want it to last. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man, I work on cars all the time, and the quality of the aftermarket parts is just garbage. You don't know what you're getting. You know, I've been looking for a clutch kit for this thing this is the third day, and I can't find anything I like. You know, nothing that looks like factory. I guess they discontinued making them, but I don't know, man. But this is the main issue with this little piece of clutch sticking out right here. And I want to fix it. It looks like it's been that way for a while. But, you know, if I pull this carrier out, and as long as I keep the shims on the same sides where they're supposed to be and put everything back together just like I took it apart, in my brain, that ain't changing nothing. I mean, why would it? But why has this thing got that little bit of play in it? I don't understand that either. I mean, but honestly, the rear end in my 2015 Silverado, it sounds like that. Listen. I don't know. Anyway, you guys check it out and see what you think. If y'all got any good ideas, or let me know about taking that carrier out, and if I put it back in like I took it out, if I'll be okay. And like I said, I think I can rebuild that posi unit, but when it comes to pressing these bearings on and off and getting the pinion depth and all that, man, I'm lost. I ain't got a damn clue. So maybe it's time for me to learn that. You know, I've been working on cars since the mid-70s, and this is just something that I never learned, like air conditioning. I can't do air conditioning. I had no interest in it. When I bought a car, the first thing that went was that compressor and all that bullshit, you know, followed by a high horsepower engine. And I never had rear end problems. I had a 10-bolt, my 68 Firebird. It had a 468 big block Chevy in it with rectangle port heads, 13 9-to-1 compression, and I don't know, the cam was the cam from hell. I had a tunnel ram with 2 4-barrels on it, and I ran open headers and slicks on that car more times than I can count. And the 10-bolt rear end, factory rear end that was in that car never gave me 1 minute's problem. Never. And I'm going to tell you what, I dogged that thing out, man. I mean, I drove like a wild man back in the day. But I've mellowed with age, don't you know? So anyway, Gordon, if you see this, man, let me know what you think, and I'll give you a call whenever you say it's a good time to call you. I appreciate you. All right, bye.